half of the cases, whether they have other eye problems or not, they also concurrently have dry eyes.
The P, right? You have to balance out every single annoying test.
Yeah, but
so
for
they blow
young
air
kids,
to your eyes. The answer is a cat.
Hey.
Welcome to MaNaMaNa Talk Show. We are your hosts, Zul and
I'm Eva.
in our segment, Where's the Doctor?
So, this is another very big topic actually, which can take hours to discuss. The point being is that this is the bread and butter I see in my clinics nowadays. There are a lot of people with dry eyes. In fact, dry eyes is more of an aging problem. So after a certain age, people are expected to get some form of dry eyes. And we see this very often in the hospitals as well. Like easily half of the cases, whether they have other eye problems or not, they also concurrently have dry eyes. Yeah. So in fact, if there is a very once-off definitive cure for dry eyes, the guy who creates this solution will be extremely rich. Probably richer than Elon Musk. But the thing is that there isn't, and it's really difficult. So how I explain this to people is that first and foremost, dry eyes is a combination of two things: tear quality and tear quantity. So you can have a lot of tears that come out of the eye, but the tears are of very poor quality. Then there's no point. You will still feel that your eyes are dry.
What kind of quality, Dr.
Can you define
Layton?
more?
Yeah.
Quality,
So when I speak to these two things, right? If you want to put it in simple terms, essentially, tear quality is to do with three things in the eye. All our tears have three components. They have water, which is the aqueous component. There's lipid, which is the oil component, and then there is mucus, which is the sticky component. So the thing is that as long as there's any alteration to any of these three components, then your tear quality will be lousier. Just imagine, right? If let's say I got a lot of oil component, very little water component, your eye will feel very oily. It will barely hold in the front of the eye, but it will stick to the front of the eye. So it's very uneven. It becomes very patchy because you pour oil on a pot, right? It will stick very weirdly. It won't be very even. But if you mix water, it becomes even, right? So you have some areas that are dry.
So it's like a cooking recipe, right? You have to balance out every single.
Correct. So all these three must be very, very adequate for it to be a good quality tear. So if you have very little oil, you have a lot of water, you pour in the pot, everything evaporates. It's gone. If you don't have much oil to block the evaporation, then your tear quality is very lousy. Yeah. Mucus as well. You have very little mucus that is produced. The holding power becomes very little. Top causes in youngsters nowadays, what do you think causes them dry eye?
Is it because they wear too much contact lenses?
That's one of the reasons.
Watching too much shows on TV.
Okay, yeah. So actually there is like, I would put that as number one, yeah, because there's this thing called digital eye strain. Okay, nowadays everybody looks at digital products. Without digital products, you can't even run your life properly. So the first thing you wake up, alarm clock also digital product. Okay, but the point being is that many rounds of research have been done on this, that digital eye strain, looking at something for too long, will lead to inadequate blinking. So when you blink lesser, you produce tears lesser. And when you produce your basal levels of tears lesser, that's where you start getting more dry eyes. So actually, there's a very easy, simple number that we teach all our patients, which is this thing called the 20-20-20 rule. 20-20-20 rule is actually something that the ophthalmologist has came up with, so that it's very easy to remember. And it's a good way for you to rest your eyes and reset your blinking rate as a result. So every 20 minutes of your time, 20 seconds, do something about 20 feet far, which is about 8 meters and more. So if you do that, actually every 20 minutes or so, don't need to be so strict, but you'll get a good amount of rest for your eyes to continue looking at digital products. So things like contact lens, you put at the front of the eye, it basically dries the entire front of the eye.
So the contact lens absorbs the water from your eye itself?
Not just that, but it also prevents water from getting into the cornea because it covers. It's like a lid, right? You cover right at the top. Water can't even go in. Yeah, then it becomes very dry. Other things that could cause dryness is like environmental factors. So as you get old, of course, quantity drop. But if you have aircon blowing your face the whole night and you're the type of person that doesn't even close your eyes properly when you sleep, basically you dry out. Your eyes dry at night. Morning wake up, very dry. When we all learn about the reasons why you can get dry eyes, we talk about the treatment, right?
Yeah.
So the generic treatment is lubricant eye drops. So if you can't produce tears on your own, or you produce inadequate and lousy quality tears, then you have to supplement it with something. So people are very scared, like, oh, if I use this, what if I become over reliant on it? The problem is if you underutilize this, you will get more problems than if you overutilize it. There's no medicine inside all these to weaken eye drops as well. They are basically supplemental water. So use more better than use less. Of course, consult your doctor first because there are some eye drops that might not be suitable for you, especially those that are preservatives and things like this. Yeah, so normal lubricant eye drops usually does the trick, but nowadays in the market there's many types of lubricant eye drops. So each treatment is individualized to the patient. If you lack more of an oil component, maybe I need to give you an oil-based lubricant, for example. Yeah. So the best approach is see your doctor first. Get them to assess what you have.
Find Dr. Nathan.
Or any doctor is fine. Yeah. So this is about dry eyes in general. But I also tell people the last thing to know about dry eyes is that it's not a once-off treatment. I liken this more to diabetes and high cholesterol and of course high blood pressure, because when you think about it, right, dry eyes, if your cornea is dry, you think about it as a piece of land that is very dry. There will be cracks on the floor if it's very dry. If you pour one bucket of water over it, the water is just going to seep through the cracks. End of story, cracks will still be there, right? So you want to treat dry eyes to a certain degree, you have to be consistent about it. Keep pouring water every day on the ground. One day the ground will even out. That's where we call your maintenance phase. So we pour water until your cornea is very well hydrated. Then we can decide what is the amount of water you need every day based on your lifestyle and things like that. But of course, lifestyle changes are the best. Yeah. So that's more or less it for dry eyes. I think if you summarize it.
That's interesting to know. Yeah. So the next condition will be Blepharitis. Can you which is
Blepharitis. Yeah. So
Blepharitis.
It's not blasphemy, guys.
Oh, no blasphemy. Okay.
So
I got confused there.
Yeah, Blepharitis is okay. So Blepharitis, I would say, is more like a severe outcome of dry eyes. Usually people get Blepharitis due to many reasons, but that's one of the top causes. Blepharitis essentially is an inflammation of your eyelids, right? Like there's a lot of ways to get inflammation of your eyelids. Dry eyes causing friction, and your eyes very dry, you open and close, you keep blinking, you create all this friction, and you get inflammation of the eyelids. Other things that cause Blepharitis could be things like bacteria sitting around the eyelids, wounds around the eye. When bacteria goes in, gets infected.
Also eye makeup, right? Eyeliner.
Yeah, if you don't have suitable eye makeup, or if you try a new eyeliner or mascara for the first time, there are many outcomes. You can be allergic to it. That means you suddenly can have redness and swelling around the area. Or if you use something that happens to be very, I wouldn't say cheap, but if you use something that's very poor quality, sometimes you can trigger Blepharitis as well. And usually getting rid of the product helps a lot. Yeah, but sometimes people don't really like to do that because they have already
spent the money.
They've already bought the thing. So more often than not, then they will tell me, oh, is there any other way you can do it? But okay, non-negotiable. Anything that you put on the eyes could lead to this, but incidence not as high as people getting dry eyes leading to Blepharitis. So makeup, mascara, fake eyelashes, even those double eyelid tape, all these can cause Blepharitis as well.
See, to maintain beauty,
means
right?
all
It's never
girls,
easy.
Basically,
all girls have
there's a price to beauty. There's a price to beauty. Okay, so for this, right, actually there is a very nice guideline that you can find online in the HPB's Health Hub website. You can go and bring it up here. But if you Google eye screening Health Hub, you can find a very nice page. Actually, this page was adapted from SNEC, the National Eye Care Centre Singapore, which also adapted it from the American Ophthalmology Association, so AAO. So this set of guidelines are actually very nice for you to look at. Generally speaking, when you are young, about 0 to 1 years old, and if you feel that there's something wrong with your kid, send for eye check, eye screening. When you're about 5 to 7 years old, that's where you go for the actual screening assessment. Actually, in schools nowadays, they do it. In primary schools, they ask you to stand there and read the letters on the chart. So this is a form of eye screening when you're in primary school. when you get a bit older, about 30 to 40 years old and above, it's recommended to go at least once to see the eye doctor, and the follow-ups from there will be determined by the eye doctor, depending on what they find. Because at the age of about late 30s to 40s, that's where people start getting things like presbyopia. So if you hear things like 老花, like people cannot start seeing carefully anymore, when they wear their glasses, it's not very clear anymore. Yeah, that's usually the age where people will start panicking. So set of guidelines do recommend you go for at least once, then you will know what's happening to your eye or if there's any other problems inside. In general, when we do eye screen, when we talk about eye screening, the most basic form is of course a refractive test first to see your degrees. So they will sit you down, they will put all these various lenses in your eye, see whether you can see clearer or not, A or B, and you determine your astigmatism and degree from there. After you have done a very basic eye check for your degrees, which is called refraction, then we do things like structural eyeball check, which means we sit you down on a slit lamp, we take a look at the front of the eye, we take a look at the middle part of the eye, we take a look at the retina at the back of the eye.
Is it the hot air balloon one?
The hot air balloon one is if you're younger, they try to measure for you. It's a so the hot air balloon machine is called auto refractor. What happens is that it tries to, when you're kids, right, they ask you whether you can see the balloon clear or not. This one clearer, not clearer. They're trying to test your myopia using a machine to measure the length of your eyeball.
So it's similar to the glasses thing with the...
Similar, but for kids they show that because it is easier to get an answer that way than asking them to read alphabets.
So it's the same like reading the chart, the Snellen chart or that lah.
Similar.
Similar.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So other parts in the eye screen will be things like measuring your eye pressure. So we use either we use an air puff machine for that, or we manually check it using our slit lamp.
Dr. Nathan, why is it important to check the eye pressure?
Okay, so for young
That's the
kids,
most annoying test.
Yeah, but
because
for
it blow
young
air
kids,
to your eyes.
Correct. So actually, most of the time, right, we usually do eye pressure checks only for adults. Young kids, we don't really subject them to eye pressure unless we suspect there's some other eye problem ongoing. Example, if you have cataract or something like that when you were a baby, eye pressure check might be relevant. But if you're older, the reason why we do eye pressure screening as part of our eye screening is because if you have a very high eye pressure, the risk of you getting glaucoma is much higher than a normal person.
Glaucoma is what?
Yeah, so we introduced a new term here called glaucoma. Glaucoma is essentially damage of your eye nerve. Just think about it this way. If your eye is very high eye pressure, what happens is that it compresses on the nerve at the back of the eye, leading to the cells of this nerve being squashed, strangled, lack of oxygen, so they start dying off. And this is an irreversible process. So if we detect your risk of glaucoma to be higher, what happens is that we will then do a lot of other functional tests to make sure that there's no damage to your nerves or anything like this before we even determine you have glaucoma. But if we know that you have glaucoma and we pick it up early, then we can start you on things that reduce your eye pressure so that you will not develop glaucoma into the long run, or rather the progression will be slowed significantly.
So Dr. Nathan, what do a person actually see as in their view the moment they do have glaucoma? Is it like sudden darkness or everything white, or usually in your view what kind of vision they have?
Okay, so as previously described, right, glaucoma is about the injury to your nerves at the back of the eye. Glaucoma is not going to be something you can see overnight. That means that you're not going to have a visible change unless continuous damage has been done over a period of time, and then you start losing peripheral vision. So it's even harder to differentiate, because if you start losing peripheral vision, you can't really tell that you're actually losing vision because the center looks very clean and very clean and very clear. And that's why glaucoma has a term to it also. People call it the thief of vision in the night, because you won't even know you have glaucoma, and then before you know it, you have very tunnel vision, because you only can see the center. I can't see anything else at the side. I start bumping into things at the side. But at the get-go, you won't really find anything wrong unless you have a very specific type of glaucoma that happens overnight. These are acute glaucoma attacks whereby your eye pressure goes up very high, very suddenly, eye becomes very red, very painful. Everybody will go to the emergency department for this. So if you're not that type of glaucoma and you're the more chronic long-term one, you might not even be able to pick it up early. That's why eye screening is very important.
Is there a cure for it?
For glaucoma, you can't reverse glaucoma.
Oh.
So when you damage the nerves in the eye, it is irreversible. You
Because
can't.
like other parts of your body. Right,
Yeah,
you still
so
fix.
other parts of your body as well. If you have nerve problems, like let's say if you become a paraplegic, you got a car accident, right? Your back gets hit, your nerves get affected, you cannot walk already.
Yeah.
And if you want to return your ability of walking, it's very rare, very close to a miracle. It probably takes, and we rehabilitate you for many months. Maybe you get a bit more strength, because your supporting muscles can help you support,
But it'll never be the same anymore.
but you'll never be the same anymore. So nerves regeneration is something that is very tough for any part of the human body.
Health screening, eye screening, important goal.
Yeah, and therefore eye screening is relatively important. It's just that it is not part of Healthy SG. Don't ask me why, because I don't decide what goes into Healthy SG.
Minister of Health, please answer this question.
Okay, so now we are going to play a little game. It's called Guess the Eyeball. Okay. It's a very simple game. I'll guess Dr. Nathan a picture of an eyeball, and you all have to guess what animal or creature this eyeball belongs to.
Ooh, interesting.
But Dr. Nathan is the human eyeball expert, not an animal eyeball expert.
He's an expert for everything.
Oh, is it?
I guess you're on the same ground today. We're on an even ground. We will start off with a very easy one. Okay, this Okay,
will
very
be
easy.
your test eyeball.
Okay, let us see. Ding. The drum roll coming. Ooh.
Looks like
Where the eyeball got like one line in the center, right? Looks like a mythical creature, you know, like those Harry Potter.
what I see in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, then the cinematic scene, right?
Yeah.
It zooms into the eyeball, right?
Yeah.
It looks like this, right?
Is
looks
it
like-
is it a Tyrannosaurus
It
Rex?
looks like one of the planets out in the galaxy also. But I don't know what planet you want.
This is easy.
This is easier. When you feel confident in your answer, just say that I'm going to lock in this answer.
Lock in cat. The more general animal can think of is a cat.
Cat also can.
Yeah.
How about like a puma, you know?
Okay, I will give you all 30 seconds.
How about raccoon?
30 seconds.
It's not grey fur, but I choose raccoon.
Okay, can I confirm all your answers?
Raccoon.
Meow.
That's my answer. Cat.
It's okay. Both of us can have the same
Cannot.
answer. Can.
Okay. The answer is a cat.
Hey.
Easy.
Yes.
Okay, here is the second eyeball.
Second eyeball. Okay.
What the is this? Snake.
Frog.
Snake.
Frog.
Crocodile.
It's a reptile for sure.
So is it a lizard or a snake? I would choose
Lock my answer. Crocodile.
snake.
Iguana, maybe. Maybe you got a chance.
Okay, let's lock in our answers.
iguana. Yeah, let's lock in.
Snake.
Yeah. Crocodile.
Iguana.
Unfortunately, all of you are
Oh no!
What's the closest answer?
Yes, give
You
us
said
a hint.
closest wins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I said the most points win.
So what's the answer?
This is the eyeball of a gecko.
Oh,
I'm
same
quite
man.
close, iguana.
Yeah, quite close, iguana. Those chameleon and stuff, yeah.
Iguana eyeball look completely different.
Oh.
What?
It is completely different.
Thanks. Game over. Never mind. Next.
Alright,
Next.
accepted.
This is our third eyeball.
Owl.
Yeah.
Owl.
Owl.
I'm trying to think of things that's not owl. Because now that they have said owl, it makes it look a lot like owl.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like owl. So definitely
Yeah,
belongs
this
to an
looks like
owl.
a bird. This looks like a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bird's
Okay.
eye.
Can we have your answers now?
Yes, lock it. It's an owl.
Owl, vulture. That's where you go.
Oh.
This is not family fear, you know. Not.
Yeah. But it's either correct answer or correct answer. So
Yeah.
So
cover more ground better.
what is the answer?
Okay, Dr. Nathan, your answer is
Correct.
wrong.
Oh,
I
yeah,
see.
okay.
Okay.
That's
never
great.
mind.
An owl.
Owl. Yeah.
Owl.
Give me 5. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This will be our next one.
But this is an interesting game. I've not seen so many eyeballs
Yeah.
like that.
I want to see my Gojo eyeball. Shing. What fun is it? Is it a human eyeball?
What's this?
Looks like E.T.
Like that?
Right. Looks like E.T.
Okay. Let's ask guess.
Isn't this a human eyeball?
Yeah.
Should be a human eyeball.
It's eyelash, everything.
Giraffe? Is it a giraffe?
Does giraffe have eyelash?
I think so.
Oh wait, no, this is not a human eyeball.
Is it a giraffe? Giraffe.
That's E.T. Hum. Titan, E.T.
Giraffe.
E.T. This is not E.T.'s eyeball. This is not E.T.'s eyeball.
The
Giraffe.
spontaneous a bit.
Wait, it's supposed to be this way round. Or this one is really round. Like that.
What animal has such big
Okay, I'm
pupils?
gonna guess.
Okay, can I have all of you all to lock in your answers?
Giraffe. Lock it in.
I don't think it's giraffe.
Does it look like a cow to you?
Yeah, I was gonna guess. Cow.
I'll say horse again.
So we have horse,
Giraffe.
we have giraffe,
Cow.
and we have cow.
So what is the answer?
And the final answer is a cow.
It's really our expert right there.
Uh,
Oh, but the cow is very
So,
nice.
looks
Dr.
like a lot-
Nathan, we're gonna get
this-
fresh milk.
no, I won't get fresh.
From
This eyeball looks
the
a lot
organizer.
like the type of eyeball we train to do cataract surgery.
Oh no.
We buy cow eyeballs. Looks a lot like it.
But I think a lot of girls be very envious of the cow's eyelashes.
Yeah, that's right. It looks almost like a human
Yeah.
like type of eye.
Okay, so here is the next one.
Oh, yes.
Human eye.
Gojo.
Human eye.
I log in. I know it's wrong, but Satoru Gojo. Satoru Gojo. It's
Human eye. What about nurse?
Yeah.
What eye is this?
It looks like a human eye. It looks like
Human eye.
Okay, is that all your final answers?
That's my final
Gojo
answer.
Satoru.
Wait, which type? This one doesn't look like an Asian eye. It looks like an Angmo
Yeah,
eye
it's
side.
definitely not Asian. Eh?
Angmo, right? More of like, yeah, Angmo. Okay, plug in.
All correct.
Yay! We all got 1 point for that.
Very nice to the eyes. I
If
say.
they lower a bit, can see the eyelash. We see
Yeah.
our Mimi's eyes. Eyelash.
This okay.
Facebook,
Okay.
Facebook a picture of Samimi here.
Here is the next eye.
Okay.
Oh my god, what is
What's
this?
this?
Crocodile. I don't know. I say crocodile. Because it's like slits.
But crocodiles don't have eyelash. I
Oh, no
don't think
eyelash
so.
ah?
I don't think so.
How I don't know.
Because they
Does
have a
crocodile
double
have
eyelid
eyelash?
thingy, but I never see them having eyelash.
Because you don't go up close and see what.
I'll be gone.
You go up close and see. You'll be here today.
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe it's not a snake. Snake's definitely got no eyelash.
Okay, I will give all of you all one hint. This creature has been featured in many kids' songs.
When you talk about kids song, the first thing I thought about is shark. Because of baby shark.
Baby
But shark, do they have eyelash? First of all.
No
Kids
lah,
song.
but that's why I don't think it's a shark.
I don't
Many
even
kids
know what
song
kids
ah.
songs are there currently.
But-
Nowadays, what kids song are there? There's this lemon cocoa thing, right?
Baby Shark only I know.
Baby shark.
I know Baby Shark only.
Cocoa lemon.
Bunny is a dinosaur.
No.
No, of course not.
That's a bit too far.
Okay, what children's song? Oh my, what children's song have animals inside? The cow jump over the moon.
I'm way past the age of
Nursery
child
rhymes
already.
I also don't know what song. Is it a dog?
Donkey.
Can I have all of you all log in and answer?
Donkey.
Dog.
Wow, it's tough, man.
Who lets the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof.
It's tough because the people is like horizontal.
Oh.
I go Dr. Nathan. Donkey.
It's a dog.
I will cite the expert.
There's
dog?
no expert here.
There's a dog.
Not a
There's a
vet.
dog.
Not a vet.
Okay.
Disclaimer is not a vet.
Fortunately, wrong. This is
Uh,
a sheep.
Sheep.
How is it a sheep?
Doesn't look like a sheep, man. A sheep.
How is this a sheep? My goodness.
This is
Oh no. It doesn't look
okay,
like
I've not seen the sheep's eyes, so I cannot confirm.
Okay,
no, deny.
yeah.
It's not a sheep.
Alright, thank you everyone for staying tuned to us. Stay tuned for more episodes in days to come.
If you enjoy this content, please like.
Share
And subscribe.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.